Good afternoon, all of you, and good afternoon, our principal sir, and all my colleagues. Today, the in-house meeting program is going to start just now. So, the topic is the effective teacher. How can you make yourself as an effective teacher? This type of the clues will be given by the Emansula ma'am. How we all make ourselves effective teacher. So please come Emansula ma'am and give some focus upon the topic, the effective teacher. Okay, thanks. Ma'am, come.
এমন অবস্থা একটা কথা শুনে আমি এখান থেকে চশমা নিয়ে খুব ভুল করেছি।
Sir. Sir. Good evening, one and all. Respected our school principal, my dear teachers and managing staff. I'm indeed very much privileged to be here to be the host today. Today's topic is how to be an effective teacher. Nah? So today's topic is effective teacher. So how to be an effective teacher? Let us see what are the qualities required to be an effective teacher. So, effective, it means having an effect or producing a result. Huh? So effective means producing a result for the students. Huh? Teachers who are effective they produce students' learning, growth, and achievements. So teachers who are effective, they are able to produce the students' learning, and not only this, they also helps in their overall developments. And besides all these, like effective teachers, they help the students to achieve their goals. So let us study how does a teacher help the students in learning. So they help the students in acquiring basic knowledge and skills. So effective teachers help the learners to acquire basic knowledge and skills. Not only these, they also help the learners to develop showing acquired progress over time. They help the learners to acquire progress over time, and also they also help the students to achieve their goals. Besides these, an effective teachers does not simply teach knowledge to their students, but they also aim to develop the students with knowledge, skills, understandings, and attitudes. And also an effective teacher is always prepared, they are always prepared, they are always skilled with all the required knowledge. And besides this, they also set clear and fair expectation. And they also have a positive attitude towards the students. They have patience with students, and also they assess the teachings on a regular basis. So a teacher, so that is those are some qualities of effective teachers. Now let us go on to the next. We have the characteristics of effective teachers. Let us see what are the characteristics of effective teachers. So the first is they are extremely good classroom managers. So one of the basic characteristics of effective teachers is that they are extremely good classroom managers, which means they are good in managing the classroom. Right after they enter to the class, they see to it that the students are properly arranged, the bench are properly arranged. So one of the qualities of effective teachers is that they are good classroom managers. And besides this, they also know how to teach a lesson for students learning and mastering, which means here the teachers plays an important role by breaking up the curriculum into a series of skills or instructional units. Here, the teachers, they not only focus on the learning process, but then they also focus on the overall developments of the students. By teaching a topic and then conducting an exams or questioning the students. So that is the second characteristics of effective teachers. We have number 3, that is they have positive expectation for student success. So one of the most important thing being a teacher is that we must always have positive expectations for the students. We have to motivate the students, we need to have positive expectations for students, because these expectations, it provides students academic achievements and their well-being. By motivating the students, it helps to students to achieve their goals. We should never discourage them. And it also It also motivates the students' self-esteem, like by giving them a good by giving them a good advice, or by motivating them, like it helps them to build their self-esteem, self-confidence, and also their academic motivations. And besides this, motivation factors are strongly linked to learning and achievements. So all these are co-linked, which means they are connected. So we must always have positive expectation for students' success. Now we must never discourage the students that you are such a dumb, or like we should not use such kind of abuse word. Instead, we have to motivate the students so that they can achieve their goals. Next, we have learning and growth. Learning and growth in the profession is ongoing. So learning and growth, they go like hand in hand. Like they go simultaneously. Like the better trained you are as a teacher, the more skills you will have in affecting growth in students. The more like knowledge you contain, the more knowledge you possess. It will um, it will affect on the students. Like it will help you. Like it will help you better. Like to elaborate to the students. So the better trained you are as a teacher, the more skills you will have in affecting growth in students. The students will get to learn more easier when you are well skilled and well trained. So this is one of the characteristics. Next, we have teaching strategies. Let us see what are the teaching strategies for a teacher. So the old age, if all you have is a hammer, everything looks like a nail, is equally true of teaching strategies. So it means that if only the tools, if the tools that you're using is only a hammer, which means if you're only like trained with one particular, so it means the only classroom teaching strategy is traditional lecturing. That's the teaching tools that you are likely to use for all classroom situations. So if you know only one concept, in such cases, you have to like, your classes will be boring. But if on the other hand, you have more tools in your tool box, you'll have the opportunity to use the most appropriate tool for the task at hand, which means if you're like well equipped, or if you're well acquired with the skills, with all the knowledge from outside, it will enhance you, it will enable you to teach the students in such a way that the students will get attracted towards you. Like instead of using the old methods, it's better, like it's 21st century, we all know, so it's better like if we are well surrounded with 50% communication skills and 50% of our IQ, it will be good for us to enable like the students to achieve their goals. Next, communication skills. Let us see what are the communications being an effective teacher. So communication skills. The teacher uses knowledge of effective verbals, non-verbals, media, and technological communications. Techniques to foster active inquiry, collaborations, and supportive interactions in the classroom. So being a teacher, not only sticking to the textual questions or not only sticking to the textbook, we also need to acquire with knowledge of effective verbals, non-verbals. We also need to engage with media, like we also need to take help from media and technological communications in order to foster active inquiry. Like by using these skills, teachers can play a major role in the success of the students. Not only this, Through the use of non-verbal language, like we as a teacher, we draw the students' attention to more understanding and motivate the students and even bring excitement to their bored students. Like by cracking jokes, like not only sticking to the textual concept, but then like if we try to analyze and if we try to create a classroom environment, it will ignite even the dull students to concentrate more on our teaching. So we need to focus more on our skills. Next, we have much of the teaching is about sending and receiving message. So teaching is all about sending and receiving message, which means giving knowledge to the students, imparting education to the students, and on the other hand, the students receiving the message. Now it is like goal related, like it works hand in hand, which means the way we impart to the students, that is what they are learning. So all these things, it makes learning easier and helps the students achieve their goals and creates an overall positive experience. Besides this, whatever things we're imparting to the students, it strengthens the connections between the students and teachers. So much of the teaching is about sending and receiving. I'm sorry, sending and receiving, which means we give them seeds and they're producing the seeds. We give them knowledge and they're producing the seeds. It goes hand in hand, just like our left and right hand. Like so it both goes like simultaneously. Next, like giving and receiving feedbacks in the workplace is important to change behavior, productivity, and evaluate performance. So students who give feedbacks are more active during the learning process and they keep on track, remains goal-directed, compare the works of other students with their own works and reflect on how their own works can be improved. So by imparting knowledge to the students, by sending message to the students get to learn, the students get to analyze themselves. And not only this, we also like, it also helps them to be on track, like it also helps them to remain on goal-directed. And then like it also enables the students to compare the works of other students with their own works. It creates competition. So and also like it also helps the students to reflect on how their own work can be improved. So this is what like it is all about sending and receiving message. Whatever we're imparting, the students use it, they produce it, they use it in analyzing the works, and it also helps them to achieve their dreams. Next, we have carefully planned and skillfully delivered message can issue invitations to the students that school is a place to share ideas, investigate, create, and collaborate with others. So school can also be a place to be understood as well as a place to gain understanding. So school, it plays an important role for us, for a learner, for a student. From birth, we all know that children are active participants in building their own understanding. So by experimenting, by observing, and by participating with other children in the school, the children construct knowledge and build on what they already know. So we should make we should make such a place, we should make our school such a place that the children not only understand themselves, but it is a place to gain understanding. school can be a place to be understand as well as a place to gain understanding. Checking for understanding is the teachers continually verifying that students are learning, and what is being taught while it is being taught. So it is the duty of the teacher to see what the students are learning and whether the students have clearly understood our teaching, the things that we are imparting to the students. Besides this, it also provides teachers the opportunity to improve learning based on students' responses throughout teaching and learning process. So school plays an important role not only for a learner, but also for even for a teacher. It gives an opportunity for a teacher to improve like learning based on students' responses, like throughout teaching and learning process. But without intentional considerations in planning, the message actually received by the students can be conflicting, confusing, or discouraging. Now, for this reason, like teachers need to monitor the personal verbal and verbal communications. So it is characterized by clarity, organizations, enthusiasms, and sensitivity. So without intentional considerations in planning, the message actually received by the students can be conflicting. So if we don't have proper knowledge to the particular subject that we're teaching to the students, or suppose like we are teaching in a school, we're teaching in a class, and if we don't have proper knowledge about a particular topic, it will be a confusing for the students. It will be a confusing or conflicting tragedy for learners. So we need to be very careful. We need to monitor, like we have to be very careful with our grammar diction, the language skills that we use, the words that we use while imparting the knowledge to the students. Because like without having a proper idea, without having a proper knowledge of the particular topic, it will create issues to the students, like it will confuse the students or discourage the students. So we need to have proper knowledge. Teachers' oral and written communications need to be models of appropriate grammar, contents, and syntax. So using incorrect grammars can lead to sentence being meaningless. So whenever we try to teach our students, or whenever we teach in the classroom, we have to use the modules of appropriate grammar, which means we have to use proper sentence constructions, or else incorrect grammar can lead to sentence being meaningless and the message unclear. It will be very meaningless to hear, or it will be very meaningless to the student. So we need to use proper grammar diction. Not only this, it can also lead to misinterpretations by communication partners. Using correct grammars makes listening and reading easier to understand and can make the communication process more better. So we need to use proper grammar while imparting knowledge to the students while teaching in the classroom, because it will making use of proper grammar and contents. It will make the listeners and readers more easier to understand. And also it will also make the communication process more better. So we need to make use of our grammar. We need to make use of the sentence constructions that we are using while imparting to the students. Next, we have effective teachers consistently use active listening skills as well. This includes the use of paraphrasing, perceptions checking and clarifying questions. So the effective use of all these skills, it increases students' engagements. It also helps the teachers improve the lesson plans and facilitate personalized learning. Besides these, listening skills also help students build essential 21st century skills, which helps them to develop a better understanding of the material. So we need to make use of all this while imparting knowledge to the students. Effective teachers also recognize the increasing importance of technology as a tool for students' learning and as a major communication resource to be developed. So, like I said just now, effective teachers also recognize the increasing importance of technology as a tool for students' learning and as a major communication resource to be developed. Next, we have communication skills for teachers. So these are the communication skills for teachers. So teaching is generally considered as 50% knowledge and 50% interpersonal or communication skills. So being a teacher, we need to acquire 50% knowledge. It's not only the knowledge that will help us to impart, but we also need to have overall background. Like we need to possess with knowledge as well as interpersonal or communication skills. It's not only the knowledge that are required to be a teacher, but we need to have we also need to have communication skills. So let us study what consists of these communication skills. What are the qualities required for these communication skills? So there are 6 important points. So the first one is positive motivations. So positive motivations, it create interest, enthusiasms, remove fear, inhibitions. So let us discuss this first point. So positive motivations, it plays an important role while communicating with the students. So motivating students, positive motivations, it helps an important role while communicating with students. It creates interest, the willingness to learn. It also helps to remove fear among students. Building up positive motivations, it helps us to eradicate all these fears in the minds of the students. And it ignites the minds of the students to produce a good result. So we always need to have positive motivations towards the students. Next, number 2, we have effective body language. So even effective body language, it plays an important role. Our gestures, the body movements, gestures with body movements with verbal skills. So even our body language plays an important role. Next, sense of humor. We should not confuse 30 jokes with humor. So we always need to maintain this humor, sense of humor. Like being a teacher, we should never confuse 30 jokes with humor. We should never make fun of the students. Humor, it helps the students to remember information better. Next, we have the 4th point, that is understanding the students. So one of the basic communication skills is that we need to understand the students. Prefer a dialogue instead of monologue. Listen to the students' opinion. So we, as a teacher, like we have to understand the students. Besides this, we need to listen to the students as well. Like by understanding the students, we will learn to know more about the students. And whenever we are having conversations with students, we should spark, or we should engage learning through an open exchange of a perspective that deepens students' understandings of an issue or topic. Like, instead of narrating the whole scenario, it's better like we use a dialogue while communicating with students in order to help us understand the students more better. Next, teamwork also plays an important role. It helps in mutual understanding between students as well as teachers. It also opens the opportunity for this teamwork. It also opens the opportunity for students to ask appropriate questions, to articulate problems, to solve problems and issues in their life. And it also helps the learners to engage with each other and helps to think collaboratively. So teamwork plays an important role. Next, we have technical skills. So up to date with the latest technical tools for teaching. So we need to have, being a teachers, we need to acquire all these skills. Like we need to acquire, we need to have up to date, we need to have update with the latest technologies that we have in today's world. Like we need to update with technical skills in order to achieve new levels of productivity, implement useful digital tools to expand learning opportunities. So we need to have update with all the latest technologies. Besides this, it also enables teachers to improve their instruction methods in personalized learning. So making use of these technological skills, it helps the students, it helps the teachers to improve the instruction methods, and also personalized learning. So these are some characteristics of communication skills.
ना तुम दूध खाने वाला तुम लोग बच्चे में से शर्म तो होने तुम लोग
Sorry for interruptions. Kindly rejoin the link if you get disconnected from this session. So next we have developing effective use of the blackboard and students not taking skills. Let's see what are these typical use of projector and blackboard in the classrooms. So let's see what are the benefits of these projectors and blackboards. We have whiteboard in our school. So what are the uses of these boards in our classroom? To focus students' attentions, to display information in written or graphic forms. So we use board mainly to focus students' attention and to display information in written or graphic forms. So this helps the students or the learners build knowledge and new skills and provide them the opportunities to voice their inquiries and learn from each other. So displaying information in a written or graphic forms, displaying information on the board, it helps the students to learn more better. Like suppose like we are sharing or we are we're imparting knowledge to the students. So making use of the points, making use of the important points on the board, it enables the students to learn more better. Each points like defining a certain point and writing it on the board, it helps students to learn better, and also like it also opens opportunity for the students to voice their inquiries, nah? To voice out their problems, to voice out the questions that is in their mind. Nah? So we should always make use of the board while imparting a particular lesson or particular topic. Nah? By noting the important points on the board, it will enable the students to learn more, and like it will ignite the spirit in them to go for the